What's the weirdest competition you've ever won? I was broke and desperate when my art professor connected me with this eccentric art collector named Raphael, who needed help with his late wife's things. He lived in this massive Victorian house filled with paintings worth millions. I'm talking genuine Picassos and Van Goghs hanging casually in hallways like they were garage sale finds. When I showed up with two other art students, Olive and Zach, Raphael made us the weirdest offer I'd ever heard. Whichever one of you can live as my Violetta for 6 months gets my entire collection when I die, he said, while stroking a portrait of a beautiful woman with dark curls and sad eyes. You'll wear her clothes, eat her meals at exactly the same times, sit in her reading chair from 3 to 5 p.m. daily, and sleep in her bed. You must also brush your teeth for exactly 2 minutes like she did, and always sleep on the left side. Olive's mouth dropped open. Zach took a step backward toward the door. I saw dollar signs dancing in front of my eyes. I had maybe $30 in my bank account and was living off ramen noodles. This could be life-changing. Raphael showed us Violetta's daily schedule written in his shaky handwriting. She apparently ate oatmeal with exactly 12 blueberries every morning at 7:15 a.m., wore only vintage dresses from the 1950s, took a bath at 8 p.m. sharp, and spent 2 hours reading poetry aloud to her cat. The schedule even included things like hum while folding laundry and water plants counterclockwise. The first week wasn't terrible, but my hands shook every time I buttoned Violetta's dresses. They smelled like old perfume and mothballs. I read Sylvia Plath to this ancient Persian cat named Duchess, while Raphael sat nearby touching Violetta's photograph. No, she held the book lower, he'd whisper, adjusting my arms. Perfect, just like her. I'd catch him staring at my face with this hungry look that made my skin crawl. He'd take photos constantly and mutter things like, yes, that's the angle, under his breath. Olive quit after day 10 when Raphael asked her to braid her hair exactly like Violetta's wedding photo. This is insane, she whispered to me before packing her stuff. He's not grieving, he's trying to bring her back from the dead. Zach lasted 3 weeks before the constant supervision and weird meals broke him down. Raphael made him redo breakfast 4 times because he wasn't stirring the oatmeal clockwise like Violetta did. Months 2 and 3 were when things got really bad. Raphael started correcting the way I breathed and walked. He made me practice Violetta's laugh for hours using old home videos. She never snorted when she found something funny, he'd say, making me watch the same clip over and over. He bought me perfume that matched hers exactly and insisted I wear it every day. He also made me practice her handwriting using old love letters she'd written him, tracing over her words until my hand cramped. Sometimes he'd set 2 place settings at dinner and talk to the empty chair like Violetta was sitting there. Tell Violetta about your day, dear, he'd say to me, expecting me to respond as myself while he spoke directly to the empty chair. He'd nod along like she was actually answering him back. By month 4, I woke up humming songs I'd never heard before. Raphael would count each blueberry twice before I could eat breakfast and time my bath with a stopwatch. Violetta never laughed that loudly, he'd say, making me practice her giggle from old home videos. He'd position my hands on the teacup handle and correct my posture until I sat exactly like her portrait. The worst part was when he started making me wear her wedding ring and would kiss my hand goodnight like I was actually her. I caught myself reaching for books I'd never read and forgetting my own favorite foods. Sometimes I'd respond when he called Violetta before remembering that wasn't my name. By month 5, I started dreaming as her and would wake up confused about which life was real. When I finally finished the 6 months, Raphael handed me the legal papers with shaking hands. His lawyer had already drawn everything up. Olive refused to look at me when I called to tell them. Zach hung up on me twice. You manipulated a sick old man, Olive finally screamed over the phone when I got her to answer. That collection should go to a museum, not some opportunist crossdresser. You basically became his dead wife for money. That's disgusting. She called me other names I won't repeat here. But honestly, after forgetting who I was for half a year and letting some grieving widower treat me like his personal puppet, I earned every single painting in that house.